Team 25.
The young god. What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Gotti on the Gotti's World podcast. This is another one, but this is an actually special one, man. This is a special one. This is close to me. These two guys are very special to me. I brought them on because if it wasn't for them, this wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the Gotti that you know now. The Gotti's World podcast would not be here. And they taught me everything I know. They taught me everything.
Come on, man. I don't know about everything, bro.
Everything I know.
You
everything I know.
English before we got a hold of it.
Okay, I said that.
Okay.
But this is a pleasure to have them. This is an honor. This is everything for me. And I'm going to try not to get emotional on this episode, but I want to introduce my instructors. These are the main guys. My man, Thomas Moroniak and Jacob Hagloch.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's up, brother?
How you guys doing, man? Clap it up, 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 clap it up.
We're good and getting better, brother.
That's good. That's good. Man, I can't even tell you guys how much you guys did for me, how much you guys influenced me, and the motivation that you put in my back to get shit going, unmatched.
It's actually surreal for us on this side of the table. Like, as much as surreal as it is for you to like be interviewing us, it's more surreal for us to be on your show than anything.
Yeah, true story, dude. This is the first time I think any one of the instructors has been invited to one of a graduate's program.
Like an
after
actual
they've been
program.
graduated.
Yeah.
It's a
You're the
true honor
first
to be here.
time.
Well, it's the first time for everything. This is
Yeah.
how we supposed to be.
Exactly.
This is how we supposed to be. But if you guys don't know, my show is up and down. I go everywhere because I'm a random person, as you guys do know.
No way.
You guys know that
Wait, you have a show? What?
Of course. But I'm gonna go from the past, the present, and then we're gonna go to the future.
Okay.
So we're gonna get into you guys' lives. I'm gonna go back and forth. We're gonna jump. And this is what we're gonna do. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So for Tom, we're
Yes,
gonna
sir.
start with you, brother.
All right, man.
Where did you originally grow up?
A little bit of everywhere here, right here in Rolling Meadows. A little bit of Elk Grove, some Hoffman Estates. I jumped around quite a bit when I was growing up.
Dope.
And lots of suburbs.
Dope. Jake, what about you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, do we have time for Tom's story? Because
I mean, how deep you want to go, man?
Oh, we gonna get a little deep. We gonna get deep.
I always say Tom has more stories than the Bible. Because man,
He does.
I grew up in Woodridge till about 4th grade, and then I grew up in Naperville. Like, that's where I graduated from. And
Okay.
yeah, so
Okay. Tom, if I could ask Steven how you were as a brother, growing up as a kid, how would he describe you?
He would describe me as probably a kid that hated him.
Oh,
I couldn't stand my brother, man, and he was really mean to me growing up. You know what I mean? He was just downright mean, and I retaliated against it. I was just as mean to him as he was to me. We had a little bit of like a love-hate relationship. There were days when we got along, but most of the days it was like, dude, you get on my every last nerve.
In the household, what was the energy with, your parents and you growing up? Like, with that type of love-hate relationship, did you see that within the parents, or how did they construct that?
My parents were divorced when I was 3 years old, so there was very little like structure really when it came to that family unit. You know, so there was that kind of energy throughout the entire house as long as I could remember, because my dad was actually an abusive alcoholic.
Wow.
Yeah, man, he used to cause a lot of havoc in the house.
Damn. What about mom?
See, back in the day when she was, a new mom, she was all about work. She just constantly worked, sometimes 3 jobs just to keep a roof over the heads of her kids and keep food on the table, man. She was a grinder.
Did she have time to maintain you guys and teach you certain lessons and things like that?
Yeah, mostly on the weekends and just life lessons by letting us do what we did. And if it was the wrong thing, we learned the hard way. And honestly, I think learning the hard way is probably the best way.
Yes, I believe that. I definitely believe that.
Sometimes you got to go through those trials, tribulations, and everything gets fucked up. And it's like that's how you learn, man. You don't want to go back and have to relive that.
Hadn't hit your head a lot of times.
Oh, I got scars, man.
Jake, same thing.
There's
Same thing. If I could ask Joseph and Daniel.
bringing out the names.
Come on now, I told you I did my homework, bro.
Have you ever watched one of this man's shows, dude?
If I can ask your brothers, man, like when you guys were kids, like,
sure,
what do you think they would say about you?
When we were kids, they would probably say that I was a little bit of a dick. I'm not gonna lie. I had my middle brother Daniel and I are very close. You know, like I mean, we had each other for two and a half years before the other one came in. Right. So, Joe, man, I mean, I love Joe. He's just he's the youngest, grumpiest old man I've ever known. Did
it come from a certain place?
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. I'm sure I had something to do with that. Definitely.
Okay.
No, I mean we played. I love it. I had this conversation with somebody the other day where it's just like kids today are on their devices and they're on, even my kids, and I'm guilty of it, especially with COVID and everything going on. Yes, like they're on the devices, they're on the screens, and it's really hard to tell them to get out and go play. So I was trying this, in my mother's house. I was trying this at my mother's house.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, you guys get off the screens, go outside and play. And then they went outside, they came back, and they're like, there's no one to play with.
And play with your damn self.
And and I'm like, get outside and play. And my mother goes, honey, there's no one to play with. And I'm like, Mom, you told me that you created 2 other playmates for me to play with so they can go outside and play with each other.
And what about themselves? They didn't it didn't click?
Yeah, exactly. No. Yeah, it didn't click right away, but I was just like, go outside. Just use your imaginations for once,
Oh, man.
Yeah, but we played outside, it was we were pretty tight. We had, it was playing Army. Outside like war, however you wanted to do it, whether it was Nerf guns, laser guns, whatever guns.
Yeah.
We hung out a lot on the court. Like that was our thing. We had a pretty tight group of kids.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. You got a close knit family.
I do.
You definitely have a close knit family from what I saw.
Yeah.
And what type of morals did your mom and your dad instill in you?
Yeah. So
that you instill into your boys?
Definitely respect. Respect above all else. Love, kindness. Sometimes my kids don't do it to me per se, but to seeing them out in public and treating other people with respect.
See, but when they grow up, man, that kind of thing is going to stick around, and they will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They may not give it back to you now, but I guarantee you that once they get that 18, 19, 20-year-old range, man, that comes back.
You see some of the traits that you had in you in
Always. Always.
What's the one main thing that you really see?
And you're a parent too, so you should know that like a parent's greatest gift is knowing that that's your copy, and so that's how you know. Yes, that's indeed. How we know. That's how parents know, because we were there. We know exactly what's in your mind because we did it first.
Yeah. What's that one main thing though?
Love. Like that's the biggest thing that my kids just show all the time. It's just love.
I see that.
Yeah,
I see that a lot. Tom, back to you,
brother.
We're gonna take a left turn right quick. Quick left turn. You spent a lot of time in the U.S. Army.
7 years.
7 years.
Yes, sir.
What type of morals and discipline did you get from there?
Motivation. I have instilled in me after basic training alone a level of motivation that I'd never even thought about prior to it. And right now, and ever since I got out of boot camp back in '93, man, I'm what you would call relentless. Yes. I do not give up, and the only thing putting me down is that last breath I'm ever gonna take.
Don't I know that shit? Don't stop me. Don't I know that? You try your hardest to get around any issue.
anything. There's no problems,
that
man.
comes
There's
your
only
way,
solutions.
it's always a solution.
it.
And that's something that I did pick up. I feel like I'm a child. I feel like I'm you guys' child on this side, and I know some of the answers.
You are.
I'm probably old enough to be your dad, man.
Honestly, I was telling my wife as I was leaving, I was just like, we are literally. You're the second one, all right?
Okay.
So you're the second instance in a week that I've been like super proud of one of my kids, like someone that I raised to be in broadcasting.
And
You know
there's
what I mean?
no one that I really am more proud of than this man right here,
Yeah.
because the level of production that he, everything that he does, he just wants to make it 1,000%. It's not 100% because he's not happy with it. Then, man, he needs to go to that next level. Man,
And
it's this dude right here.
Yeah, and it always has, and you're always smiling.
Oh wait,
You're always
it ain't
smiling.
stopped yet. The shit ain't stopped yet.
No, it's never
The
done.
shit ain't. Hit us. Where's the tissue? We got any tissue anywhere, bro? Because they gonna make me. Come on, man. Come on. All right.
Yeah.
Now, this is for the both of you guys here.
Okay.
You guys both worked at Trinity Broadcasting Network, right?
Yeah, I was a production manager there,
Yeah.
and I hired Jacob on as a freelancer. So,
Yeah.
So that's how you guys met.
No, we actually met when I became a teacher at Illinois Media School.
because I had been teaching at the school before we met.
Yeah.
I got into TBN back right after I graduated from the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. And I think that was 2014.
Sheesh.
So,
So that's when you got to TBN, and like I had gotten into man marketing in 2016, and I started teaching in 2017. So I was only out for like 2 years
But
before I
while
started teaching.
while you were there, you did lighting, right?
Yes.
You did a lot of lighting.
I did.
work.
So he originally hired me on as a freelancer for video editing, but then
Okay.
as I was there, you know me, like I'm always like, Tom, what can I do? What can I do?
Yeah.
Like, let me help you work. Let me help you work. And he saw that. And when we were relaunching Chicago TBN, they had to fly in all these guys on the lighting grid because it was brand new set, brand new lights. No one in Chicago knew how to run the lights. So Tom said, I want you to shadow this person, and I want you to learn everything you can, because then I have somebody to go to when we have productions here. So I had 3 days to shadow a person and learn their lighting grid, and that was it.
What did you see in Jake?
determination, man, drive. You know what I mean? Everybody that I ever hired at TBN, I wanted them to be multifaceted. You know what I mean? You can't just be in one modality and stick there. You need to be able to float. If I need you here, that's where I'm gonna put you. And if you can't bounce from position A to position B and to C and D and all the way around that board, man, you're not any use to me. You know it all, or you don't.
I feel
work.
that. I feel that.
You got them tissues?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I told you. This is going to be one of them ones. This is going to be this one. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, this
yeah.
going to be this one.
Yeah, that's nice.
Now, let's talk about IMS.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
The birthplace of all of us.
So
Yes.
Here's the funny thing.
Yes.
We actually went in Illinois Center for Broadcasting. So the year that I graduated was the year that they changed the name. So I went in ICB, Illinois Center for Broadcasting, and then I graduated Illinois Media School because they changed it like my last
Just
month.
like that.
Just like that. They changed it the last month.
How did the students become instructors?
It's for me a surreal kind of story because back right after I graduated, Carl, may he rest in peace,
yeah.
he hooked me up with a gig at TBN. And I replied to that email literally within a couple of minutes. So I started working there as a freelancer first. And they saw my work ethic and drive and my ability to put forth, quality product every single time. And they kept advancing me in different positions. And I went from camera operator to floor director. And they were having problems with their production manager at the time. And they fired him and they wanted to put somebody in place. But they had a real small knit group of people that they even considered for the position. But everybody there was like pointing their fingers at me. And they asked me if I wanted to become production manager at the station. And I absolutely said yeah. And shortly after we moved that station, which was a phenomenal experience, we moved a television station from Ottawa, Illinois, up to Aurora.
Right.
And shortly after we got up to Aurora, we were trying to expand our freelance pool. And I, knowing the quality of student that come out of that campus, used that as a catalyst for these students to get into the industry. And I absolutely loved bringing them on set and everything like that. And there was a job fair that they had. And we put up a table there, and the campus director actually approached me as this event was coming to a close and asked me if I wanted to be an instructor. So it's not like something that I actually pursued. The school asked me if I would do it, and absolutely I said, yeah, why not? I love giving back.
So let me ask you both, was it in a way an idea at the time when you guys were students?
Hell no.
Was it an idea that you guys would take this journey into being like, yes, you want to give back unless you want to graduate, but was it
for me, it was mandatory.
Instructor?
It was mandatory. I had to do it because that's just the kind of person I am. If something in life affects me so greatly that it puts me towards my goals, I immediately say I'm going to go ahead and be a part of what you do because I appreciate everything that you do. And what that school did for me is 1,000% changed my life for the better in every aspect.
Yes.
For me, so how I started teaching there was they were having a job fair, not the same one, but they were having a job fair, and I went there as a graduate to try and get jobs. And I went from booth to booth, talking to people, giving my cards, giving my demos.
Yeah.
And I finally got around to the head of the school, and he had just started like 2 months before the end of my school days.
That's Imran.
Imran Ali. So we never really, we had kind of a relationship, but we never had a huge, like a bond. Mm-hmm. And I just went up to him, I'm like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, not much. I'm like, thanks for doing this. And I jokingly said, you don't have a job, do you? And he was like, actually, we are hiring a teacher right now. Do you know anything about WordPress and website building? And I'm like, well, I can reteach what I learned here. And he's like, that's enough for me.
Wow.
So that's how I got a job. I had to, show my demo and stuff like that. But I never really left the school a lot. We're always around there hanging out and getting to know people, and
I constantly brought in freelancers from that place.
When I was a student, I knew a little bit more than everyone in my class, so I naturally taught people how to do. They would always come to me, hey, how can you help me with this? Can you help me with that?
Same here.
So yeah, I was already teaching there. Even some of the teachers were like, yeah, you're definitely gonna. If you're not a teacher in the next 5 years,
then it's an issue.
Then it's an issue. Yeah, so that's how I started being an instructor there, and it's a surreal experience. My favorite thing about being a teacher at Illinois Media School is being able to bring the level, a higher level of learning than what I was taught as a student.
Yeah, man, up in that game a little bit, being like, you know what, I learned so much when I was here, but I learned so much more after I got out of here. I can't wait to share.
I can't wait to share that. Yeah,
Hell yeah,
exactly. It would be like you learning everything that we taught you, and then learning more tricks, being out in the field, coming back and upping the game of the students.
I can totally see that for this boy.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys want to talk to them, then it's always it. I'm with it.
Yeah, I bet you are.
All right, Tom, tell us tell us, because a lot of people gonna see this. No, a lot of people gonna see this. I got a couple subscribers.
Nice.
Okay? I got a few, just a little few.
Dude, and they're watching that number.
They're gonna grow.
Man.
Oh, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. But tell us about aerial cinematography.
Dude, it's a slight addiction I have.
I know.
I've been an aerial cinematographer now since 2015, and I'm an operator for an Inspire 1 drone, and yeah, dude, I love it.
So is it? I know that's your baby.
Yeah,
it's your baby. It's your business.
She's expensive.
Ooh, yes, she is. I've looked at the prices.
I've looked at them.
I've looked at the prices.
Yeah.
But I know it's worth it.
It's an investment. You know what I mean? You make an investment into your career, it's going to take you places.
Same. So basically, what do you do? What is the production level of people that you want to bring in for your business?
For my business, I'm kind of a one-man band for the most part. I'll freelance out the position of like a spotter, because you have to have a spotter with you whenever you fly. So that's the person that I kind of bring in, and I've used Jake as a spotter. I've used a manager at TBN as a spotter for quite a few programs. And a lot of the times, what I'll do is just invite my client to be the spotter. So when I'm out there filming with people for people, they will actually spot the aircraft and review the footage with me right there on location.
So are you filming What, music videos? What do you?
Most of my workload is actually for car dealerships, believe it or not, like Cadillac, Ford, Chevy.
We actually just helped a student by shooting a 15-second commercial, and the footage we got with his drone and his gimbal with his camera on it was amazing. Like, yeah, it was. I mean, we are professionals, but it was professional quality, like stuff you would see.
I hate to say it, man, but
Duh. Yeah, exactly.
Jake, tell me about Hagloch Media, though.
Yeah.
Like, and give me some details about that.
So, I mean, Hagloch Media is something that I've always wanted to start, and I don't like being somebody else's lackey. I like being my own boss. I like, I love working with people, but I just don't. You have that slight problem with authority sometimes.
You do?
Yes, all the time.
What?
No, Hagloch Media. It's when I lost my job at Man Marketing, I was laid off because they had lost some accounts, so they had to start laying people off.
Yeah,
and it was if I didn't have my teaching job and then Tom helping me out that one summer, that just kind of jumped into Hagloch Media. It's like, you know what? I've been doing this freelancing thing for a little bit. I want to continue doing it. I do everything from audio editing, video editing. Sometimes I'll help on shoots. I'll work with clients. I've worked with clients like Top Step Trader. I've worked with clients like Chicago Auto Pros. They're literally right down the street from the school, which was really cool to see that. But helping build videos, graphic animation. Right now, I'm trying to sell podcast templates for Adobe Audition.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to expand and get bigger, and unfortunately, with the way things are right now, freelancing is kind of dried up. So,
see, and I wish I had that problem where shit dried up, because I tell you what,
He
man,
did it.
Actually, I'm busier now than I really ever have been, even before. Like,
I was just about to say, is it lucrative? Like,
well, and not so
right
much
now.
in the aerial industry right now, but a lot of like the work I'm getting right now is like VFX work and graphics creation,
break that down, because
visual effects. So intro sequences, lower third graphics, overlays, graphics like that. Yeah, do a lot of that on the side, dude. I'm even doing set design right now, man. I just got my first gig doing a set design for a company out in Crystal Lake.
How the hell did you run into that?
So ironically, man,
Word of mouth.
It happened to be a graduate again of the same school that I used to bring on to TBN as a freelancer, and he was like, "Hey Tom, I got this thing out in Crystal Lake. They're trying to build a new set. You want to come out and do a little bit of consulting for us?" So I was like, "Absolutely," and it turned into a gig, man.
And the one thing that I wanted to, that you guys did say that did stick, and it actually is coming true. A lot of things is what I'm noticing now is networking.
So
Networking is the key.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is the actual key to moving and doors opening and things like that. And I'm really starting to see that for myself.
Yeah.
Like, even with this going on, it's just like, hey, have you seen this? Even some of you guys students, I don't know how, even some of you guys students are
Facebook,
reaching
man,
out to
social
me.
media,
and
because
I'm just
everybody's
like,
got that
oh.
network already, and that network's just growing, man. And as soon as they see that you all kind of have this hub of Illinois Media School, they know what they can expect out of that kind
And
of
that's one of the reasons I started the Jacobs IMS class group on Facebook, where if you're my student, I'm pretty much adding you to that group, because it is literally a pool of people that came from the same school that you came from, that I came from, that he came from.
everybody has somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that we can share and network, and that's I love that people are reaching out to you.
Yeah.
When I started working at TBN down in Ottawa, the engineer of that station used to be the engineer for the Illinois Center for Broadcasting back when their original campus started. He actually wired that school, and I didn't know about it until a few months after I had started at TBN. Damn. It's that small of a world, man. Never burn a bridge. You never know how far that bridge extends.
Never.
That's right.
Jake, tell me how you balance. Tell me how you balance work, being an instructor, being there from this time to this time, and still staying over to help just a little bit.
Yep.
And then going home and doing husband and father duties. Tell me, because I'm learning as I speak. As we speak.
My biggest secret is family. Like, I have, we have family in the area. Like, I live in Naperville. My parents also live in Naperville still. my in-laws live in Warrenville, and my aunt, who I grew up with, lives in West Chicago, and my kids just bounce from aunt to grandparent, during the week, which helps my wife and I be able to work during the week, and luckily I only teach Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I mean, Friday through Monday, I'm with my kids. I'm helping them out. Other than that, I barely see my wife during the week. It's more the weekends that we get to be together and be a family. And, like this morning, I made everyone eggs and bacon and, let them all just chill and watch TV. And
did you have to have a talk with her to get her to understand what you're trying to do, or did she see the?
That was a hard thing. I'm
Yes,
not
it
gonna.
is.
When I decided to go to school,
Yes, it is.
She's
Go
not gonna like
This is
this,
what I
but
need.
my wife was angry, very angry at me.
Jake, you preaches to the choir right
She
now.
was.
Go ahead.
At that time, I was working. It was my third year working at a hospital as a security officer.
Mhm.
I was tired of doing that. I had my own podcast, which isn't operational now, but you can Living Showcase podcast. And we had a guest on our show that said, "Hey, my sister went to this school. I think you would you're really good at this. You should do this for the rest of your life." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, thanks. That was really nice of you to say." Just tossed it, but it was like a worm in my ear, just like constantly circling. And I actually went back to COD to try and do their broadcasting program because I had, spent like a half a semester there.
Sorry.
Well, right, as a freshman. I like to say I just wasn't mature enough to be in college at that time, and after 10 years of flunking out of COD, I was still on academic probation. And they're like, "Oh, you're gonna have to take a class."
The look on your face, dude.
How? How?
How the hell does anybody do that? You said 10 years?
10 years.
What the fuck were you doing?
10 years. I just didn't go to class. That was like I didn't. It's not like I lit a fire or something. It was just, yeah. I was under academic probation and had to take a class on how to be a good student, and I was like,
That is amazing.
forget that.
Now, we talked a lot, man, but this is actually a story I've never heard about you before.
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
a good one
This
right
is
there,
why I'm
bro.
like, oh shit, like how? Like,
So
Look at
it
your
was
face.
like the next week I scheduled a tour of IMS and decided to go, and I was on the teeter-totter with it, and my mom, my dad, my aunt and uncle, they were all saying, "Do it. We'll help you. We'll help you with the finances. We'll help you with everything." And my wife was super pissed when I decided to do it because it was something new. It was something scary. She didn't know this path I was going to go down.
same.
I'd say now she's proud of who I am and what I've accomplished, and she can see what I can do and how I can be successful in this industry. And she supports me, now, which is great.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit of a rough patch at the beginning.
See, my wife, she wasn't pissed, but she was skeptical. Like really?
'Cause it's hard to get into, bro.
This is what you came from the clubs doing this, and now you want to go to school for where's this going? And now
See,
it
to me,
becomes
that
this
makes
here.
But to me, that makes
It
more
makes-
of a progression, more of a jump.
To me, it does too.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
in my head, that's what it was. But
Yeah.
her, she was just. But also, it was a life changing thing for her
Yes.
because me just working 9 to 5, and she knew that for years. To me, jumping into the clubs, doing hosting, and then that slowed down, and then me going to school. Now she's like, "What the hell are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You're 30, you're 31, 32. What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I was 39
And-
when I joined high school.
But I'm telling you, she did not understand it. She didn't understand it, but
How old was I when I went to school?
A lot younger than me, so let's move on.
That was good.
All right,
That was good.
Who this goes out to both. Who was that one person that gives you inspiration and you often could or you do go back to for motivation?
Scott Cranky.
Shout out, Scott.
Yeah, man.
Shout out,
Instructor
Scott.
at the Illinois Media School, Illinois Center for Broadcasting, however you want to put it. But even though we never really talked on like a personal level or anything like that, just him being my instructor was extremely motivational to me, and I always kept it in the back of my mind that I need to make that man proud.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd say I have quite a few. I'd say Tom is a big one that keeps motivating me and keeps like.
Thank you.
Where's the tissue?
Yeah, right. The tissue.
Where's the tissue?
Man,
the tissues. Another shout out would be my like mentor, Doug Pieper. Like he was the person that got me into the industry, and not only got me into the industry, but taught me everything that not everything I teach you, but most of what I teach you. I'm passing on because I learned from him. He taught me how to the pacing, the timing of editing. Like that's something that is hard for us to teach you as instructors.
Yeah.
Outside of that too, I mean, even Emily. Emily was a station manager at TBN.
Okay.
And she's still a constant motivator for me too, because I can still just in the back of my mind be in that position of showing her a project and then her flat out saying I hate it, getting up and leaving, just like that blunt. And that kind of critique is just so valuable. So I really look up to her and appreciate all of the steps that she took to polish me up even more than I already had been when I started. I owe a lot of my success to Emily.
Dope.
Yeah, the people that want to build you, that break you down only to build you up.
That aren't afraid to nitpick the shit out of your work and be like, dude, that sucked, try it again.
This is why Tom and I are the way we are when we want to.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. As you said that, I was just like, oh yeah. That's why it's like, remember that time I showed you the video? I came back and showed you the video.
You're sitting in the booth, man.
I was sitting in there shivering. I was shivering like a stripper. Like I was just like, I hope he likes this shit here.
My mouth hit the floor like, come on. You got second guesses about this? What?
Man, you just don't know. You just don't know. But I wanted to make you guys proud.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. I wanted to do that.
Yeah, I
wanted to do that.
100% accomplished.
All right.
And it's only beginning. You know what I mean?
So,
it's going to go from here.
I can't wait.
So I gotta turn the table and ask you, dude, where do you see yourself going after this? What's your next step?
It was actually radio, but I so comfortable with the podcast lane, I kind of want to go to satellite radio. I want to do satellite. I'm trying to find my way into Sirius XM some type of way. I'm gonna find it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but it's gonna come. But yeah, definitely satellite radio. And just a little backstory on me. Growing up as a kid, I didn't have a voice. Like my mother, my grandmother, my aunties, they took care of my business. They could. I did anything. I just said, okay, cool, all right. Yeah, that's the type of car I want. What type? I ain't know nothing about insurance, and then they handle everything. I just worked, gave them the money. That's what it was. So as I grew up, I tried to be more vocal, and they were just like, cool, like, oh, okay, all right, we're still gonna do this. But as I grew, now I wanted to be more vocal, and I want my voice to be heard. So now with me running into this and being a people person, it all lined up because I want my voice to be big. I want my voice to be bigger than what it's supposed to be.
Man, see you there.
You know what I mean? I want it to be that, so that's what I'm shooting towards.
Yeah.
So my voice is my purpose and it's my instrument, and that's how I'm gonna be effective. Period.
Yeah.
That's just how I'm gonna be effective.
You've had a big voice ever since you started class. I have no idea.
I hope we're not talking about others.
You've been a big presence on campus. You know, I remember the first
in a great way too.
Yeah.
Not like a distraction to anybody, but you were an influencer while you were there.
Story to prove this here. To back up. The first project that we had with you was music video. That was like the first project that we had.
Yes.
And everybody is outside freezing their tails off.
Yeah, man.
Freezing their tails off.
I remember that.
That's
and you went and got your SUV and left it running with the heat on and said, anybody that wants to warm up, go warm up. And I was just like, this person, like before I even really knew you, I'm like, that's all I need to know about you.
Oh.
We had sidebar conversations,
And
about
it was
that.
effortless. It was effortless because it's like, all right, I'm with my family.
It
I'm with my
is
new family.
effortless.
So
It
let's
is
do
effortless for good people.
Yeah,
Yes.
man.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
For good people.
And that kind of ties back to where we were with, how all of this networking is
Yeah.
because that campus
Mhm.
literally generates family.
Yes, that's
Every
exactly
student
what it
we
is.
ever have, dude.
That's
it
exactly
generates
what
family.
it is. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it is. There's no doubt about that. That's what it is.
I love when people come visit. It's like my family coming to visit
yeah.
for,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they only stay for a couple hours and then they go. It's just- that's the visitation dog.
Oh.
He's got
Listen,
visitation rights.
I feel myself getting emotional. Let's get back to the questions.
All
Okay. Could you guys tell me when was the time you guys had doubts about your career path?
Never.
And how did you come out that mode?
Bullshit.
How did you overcome that mode?
Why would you say that's bullshit?
I would say when you parted ways with TBN.
When
was
I parted
you had-
ways with TBN, yeah, it was a lot of wind out of the sail, but the boat was still afloat. You know what I
It
mean? I
was.
had a lot going on the side that was still keeping me in it. You know what I mean? Yeah, not being at that studio was pretty devastating and total bullshit.
Well,
but
and I think to put
it still didn't put any doubt in my mind on my pursuit of my goals. I'm still in it.
Yeah,
Hardcore.
I mean, there's been a few times where you wanted to try a side career, but to
Yeah.
support the main career to get back to it. And
Yeah, and then that whole venture that I was going to work on was literally there just to start building capital.
Yeah, it's
But
true.
other things have happened since then that have naturally built that capital where I didn't kind of have to go out and veer away. So,
I'd say when I was first let go, it's always
Tough
hard.
blow, isn't it?
It's always hard to be let go from a position. And when you're applying, actually, even before I got that job, when you're applying and you're applying and you're applying and you're not even hearing no, you're just hearing nothing.
Great.
Nothing.
That is that's a hard step for every graduate to get across, is to get over. That's a hard bump to get over, unless they're motivated and constantly creating content for themselves and just building themselves while they're trying to get that job. That was a hard thing for me, because I actually had a few job offerings that I had to turn down because of having kids and a wife and not being able to move. And then the other side of it was when I first got laid off and trying to apply and find that next job. Now you have experience, you have all of this, you have a great demo, you have good content, but when you're not hearing anything coming back again, you're just like, man, like, is this
Shit.
right? Like, now
Shit.
you're in that, you feel like you're on square peg one again,
Yes.
but really you're not.
I agree.
You
I
know,
totally
it was
agree.
if it wasn't for all of my connections and the people that I know, I wouldn't be successful. Like I wouldn't be as successful. Let's put it that way. I always have that drive and I always want to get to the next level, but it's definitely people that help me get there.
What are some of the ventures that you guys are touching or getting into within like the next year? Because I have a lot of short-term goals. I don't want to set a lot of long-term goals. I'd rather attack all my short ones until where they're reachable very quickly. So what are some of the other ventures that you guys are trying to touch out to get to?
I'm pushing Cinema 4D real good right now. I'm learning a lot of graphics animation in the 3D environment and just learning new software to, increase that portfolio of what can you do. And I'm just constantly pushing it to the next level.
Yeah.
He's way better than I am.
I'm just driven, man. That's all there is to it.
I mean, I think that
It's not that any one of us are better than the other. You know what I'm saying? We have always just been a group of let's help each other out.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's never a matter of who's on top.
And that,
be that way.
like, I agree 100%. That's one of the reasons I helped Andrew Valentin, continue doing X-Bomb Sports. I want to continue seeing that through to try and help him get to his ultimate goal of having X-Bomb Sports, like, be a company, like, be an actual show.
He's on his way, man. That guy is just as driven as this.
Oh, exactly. I mean, he's had a 3-year running show, and so this is the other instance, like your one instance, Andrew. I literally helped him conduct an interview at the campus through Ring Central with Eddie Olczyk. Like, which, I mean, yeah, American Hall of Famer of NHL, or not the whole NHL, but American Hall of Famer of hockey, American broadcaster of hockey, and yeah, this was a big feather in his cap, and it almost didn't happen, and I broke my back to try and make that happen for him, and that's what I want to do. Like, if same thing with you, like any of my students, I'm going to continue to push them further and help them, because eventually they're going to take me along with the ride.
Indeed we are. Indeed
I don't
we are.
even care if they take me along for the ride.
No.
I want to be able to give them the skills and show them exactly what it takes and how much work truly goes into getting it done right. And the steps that it takes to get there is far more than they can ever imagine. Because coming in, they're blindfolded to all of it and they have no idea.
This is bigger than what I can even imagine. Period. Of what I'm doing now and the people that I'm getting and being able to reach out to my instructors who really like me and to actually come on my show like this is bigger than what I can even imagine, man. I'm telling you guys. What is a personal question?
Okay.
What is your greatest personal achievement?
Graduating the United States Army and having a daughter. Easy question. Graduating from boot camp and having my daughter are my two biggest accomplishments in life that I'm proud of. Thirdly would be the fact that I became the production manager of the world's largest Christian television, Chicago's location, within such a short period of time after graduating from school. That was surreal, and it still is, just even though I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
That accomplishment in and of itself was awe-inspiring.
That was big.
Because that studio, it was mine, and I earned that role. That was hard. That was really, really hard for me to like truly understand the position that I had achieved in such a short period of time. It made me very, and I don't necessarily like to say proud, but it did. It made me very proud of all the steps that I took to get there. Because that was some work, bro. I put in over 660 hours of internship time while I was in school. That was a lot of work.
That sounds like a lot.
Yeah, man. I worked overnights when I was in school and made up all of that time during the day for internships and school and more school, project after project. I lived it.
Yeah, I'd say it constantly is like leveling yourself up, you know.
Where's that next mushroom, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in a different stage of my life than Tom is. I'm
You gotta
definitely
really just bring it back to age every time.
No, we're you know, he's my older brother. And I always treat him that way.
The little big brother?
Yeah, he's the little big brother. Yeah, exactly. I'd say being a teacher, being an instructor is like the biggest reward that I can have right now, because it's led to everything else.
Yes.
It's led to an opportunity to mix the audio dialogue track for a full-length movie that is on Amazon Prime and doing actually pretty well right now.
I actually looked at that the other day, man. That post, this guy, more views than anything I think we've ever posted.
It actually does. And you know, like Tom did a lot of the graphics effect work for it. I did the audio dialogue track for it, and it was a pain in the butt. And you hate it every single day you're working on it. You're just like, oh my god, can I be done with this? By the time you finish, you're so proud of everything. You know, like I mixed a dialogue track to a full-length movie like that. What?
Yeah, dude, watching that name on the getting into a theater, and you know when you're there and you see your name scrolling up on the credits of a movie, it's a really just like just a surreal feeling.
Right?
Like
it's
man,
like I did that.
I want more.
I did
right?
that.
You want
I
your
want to
name
do
to
it
be,
again.
Exactly. Seeing that I have an IMDb page with my name on it. I'm like, I want more. I want more movies.
How can I do it again?
Exactly.
What's the next thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. As far as with even, like I said, just doing this and getting another episode out, it's like, all right, who I got next? Let me see if I can reach out to this person. I'm telling you, this shit is a drug.
Oh yeah,
I'm telling you, this shit is a drug. I'm telling you guys.
There's something about creating something from nothing that other people enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That content creation and creativity and making visual representations of feelings that other people can relate to. There's something very, very, very special about that.
That's something I've always enjoyed, is creating something that is a fleeting moment. Like, I used to be not security, hang on. I used to be a photographer for Life Touch Studios. and going to schools doing picture day,
Mhm.
right? So you literally get put into a space, whether it be a gym or a classroom or whatever, but you clear everything out and you set up this photo studio inside of this space.
Mhm.
And it always made me in wonder and awe to know, like, I'm gonna break this. Like, this is temporary. It's something awesome, but I'm gonna break this down, and it's gonna act like I'll leave here and like it never even existed, but it existed, and it's something that that we created together.
One piece of advice you guys would give a student, no, a person that wants to do their own freelance, whether it's aerial stuff, whether it's video editing, what one piece of advice you guys would give them?
I don't think there's actually just truly one great piece of advice that would be like all encompassing that would be like, this is what you need to do. It comes down to a lot more than just one thing. First and foremost, stay true to yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Man, that's a really tough question for that one piece of
I would
advice.
say after.
Just wait till the next.
I'd say
Just wait
from
till the
watch.
It's only gonna get harder.
It's only gonna get harder. So come on.
I'd say from watching you. All right. Is to never give up your craft and never, even though you're not doing work, that doesn't mean you shouldn't be doing any work.
Yeah. Don't stop working, even if it's not for money. Even if it's
Yes.
just for practice.
Yes.
Keep doing it.
Yes.
I don't care how tired you are or how much it cuts into your personal life. Sometimes that sacrifice is worth it in the end. Because, man, the amount of sacrifice that I've had to make over the years, dude, it's kind of incredible.
Even when you
How
have
much
your,
I've
even
left
when you have the loved
behind.
ones of you, even when you have your loved ones kind of in your ear saying like, "Why are you doing this?
Oh,
You're working
yeah.
for no money."
That's my brother, dude. He was the only naysayer in the whole process. You're never going to make it. You want to come full circle with it. My brother is still a dick. How you dare say to your family that, no, man, this is a waste of your time? How do you do that to somebody? That's your dream? Go follow it, bro. I'm gonna be behind you, patting you on the back all the way in it. I'm gonna congratulate you on every one of your successes, and then every one of your failures, I'm gonna be like, that's all right, dude. Do it again. Maybe next time.
Right? You learned something from this one.
Yeah, but for
Do
him
it
to be
again.
just like, you
Yeah.
ain't never gonna make it, and now it's just kind of hilarious because he's working at FedEx. Not that there's anything wrong with FedEx, but
Well, that's the competition. I'm at the UPS.
Hey.
That's the competition. So I really don't care. I'm kind of with you on that.
that's all right, man. I prefer UPS.
But continuing what I was saying, like even when your wife is doubting you, even when your family is doubting you, to not stop. To why are you doing this? Why are you mixing a 2-hour movie when you're only getting paid such and such number? Like you're not even getting paid for your time. Well, sometimes your time and that you invest into things is the payment down the road.
Yeah. I definitely know from mixing that them air checks and things like that, it takes time and you want it to be right. And when you send it in, it's just like I put my ass in that one right
Exactly.
there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I do.
Man, I put in days worth of work for literally 15, 20 seconds worth of video that's like, and you would never know what went into that.
Nope.
Or how much time and effort
They
actually
wouldn't
went
know.
into that. But you're like, you know what? That
They
looked
wouldn't know.
damn good.
They
And
wouldn't
if I
know.
didn't spend the time on it, it
wouldn't have came out that way.
It wouldn't have been what it was.
Now, this is the part to where we have the 10 name game.
Ah, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Looking forward to
yes.
this.
This is the game. This is it.
Yeah,
This is it. Now, since we have two of you, we got a little time, don't we, bro? Okay, cool. We got since it's two of you, we're gonna do 10 and 10.
Okay.
I want y'all both to get both of the experience.
Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna do separate.
We
okay.
definitely gonna do separate. So I'm gonna
All right.
start with Tom first.
Sure.
So
It's fine.
10 name game. If you
Yeah.
didn't know, and I
Oh,
know you do
dude.
know.
I know. I watch your show, bro.
Yes, I appreciate you. I'm gonna fire off 10 things or 10 names, and you got to give me your answer in a one-word answer.
The best part of this segment is when somebody comes back with like a sentence. You're like, no, man.
Has anyone said it is if you hyphenate it?
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
It's good.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Icon Mo. He definitely did that shit.
There you go.
Yeah. You ready, Tom?
Hit me.
All right, here it goes. Forgiving.
Me.
Illinois Media School.
The bomb. And that is hyphenated.
Alexis.
Pride.
U.S. Army.
got in my brain right there, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna get paid for this one day. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he will.
Beginning.
Yes. Now, I noticed something that you probably gonna love. You ready?
Yeah.
I looked this up. I did this just for you. Okay.
Okay.
A Sony A7S3.
Dream.
Dream? Yes. I figured you like that. You smiling.
Dude, a lot of research you do, man. I'm so proud of you, bro. I'm just so damn proud of you, dude.
The Rugrats.
Hilarious.
Jacob.
Brother.
December Nights.
Reach.
All right. Two more. Apple MacBook.
Garbage.
You did that for me, didn't
I did that for you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you on your turn. I got you. I got you. Last one. Creating.
These are good questions, man. I love the way you do this, bro. You're so deep, bro.
I try.
Creating. Passion.
Yes. Clap it up. Hey, hit. What we give him? That's an A? We're going to give him an A. Cool. We give him an A. All right.
Taking him back to school.
All right,
I
Jake.
didn't know we got graded on this.
Yeah, right.
Jake. Oh, yeah. Okay. We got to give you a grade.
Yeah.
Y'all gave me grades. I got to give you one.
Exactly.
All right.
That's good.
So, Jake, your turn. Ready?
Okay.
Lauren.
My life. Life.
That's all I got to do, man.
IMS.
Family.
HP laptops.
Garbage.
See, but I would agree with that, man. You can keep your laptops. Give me that desktop, man.
Garbage.
Ah.
Oh my god, I had an HP Pavilion and that thing just got riddled with viruses.
Garbage. That's the amount of porn you're looking at.
That's
what
true.
that is.
It's true. Yeah, we didn't have VPNs back then.
Oh,
Yeah, we
man.
family. We family.
Okay. Your parents.
Gosh.
That's one word. All right, moving on.
Let me, no. That's not it. That's not it. Everything.
I did this one for you, okay?
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Shaky Graves.
Chill,
Chill.
dude. Yeah, yeah.
Joe Biden.
Hopeful.
Stress.
A killer.
I thought you were gonna say Trump. just till they come back with Trump. Just the embodiment of stress.
Can I hyphen stress instead of rocking chair?
Man, you special, bro.
Can I explain that one?
Yeah, please.
This is where the sentence. Here you go. Go ahead.
Yeah.
This is it's a quote from one of my favorite movies, Van Wilder, which is stress is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere.
Yeah. I'm gonna take that one. I'm taking that. I'm just letting you know I'm taking it.
Sure. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. It's
taking it.
yours.
The Boondocks.
Cartoon is what you're talking about?
Mhm.
Okay. Creative.
United States.
Home.
Last one. Ready?
Yeah.
Jacob. I'm gonna get paid for this.
I know.
Yeah, I thought I'm gonna get paid for this one day.
Yeah, hourly.
What's funny is he stumped him with himself.
Right?
That's
It's
awesome.
just
Yes.
That self-reflection is probably one of the most difficult things to do, man.
it is. Caring.
Preach, man. I like
I'd
that.
say overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say that.
He is a big care bear.
I would say that. Clap it up. 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 Clap it up.
And
What
our
we
grade-
give him, Hit?
Yeah, what do I get?
Hit, what we get? That's an A?
That's an A.
All right. That's
Even
an
with the hyphen?
He's pretty generous, man. I tell you what.
One more thing. So, I feel it's 3 stages of life. And I want to know where you guys are at. The beginning stage is where you actually have something, and you're starting something up, and you're just holding on to it. You're trying to figure it out, and you're just going through the motions, right? Survival is to where you actually have something. You're holding on to it, and you know that it's yours, but you're still going through the motions. And living, the living stage, to where you have something that's established, that you know it's yours, that's your identity, and you're just coasting with it. Where are you guys at?
I'm living, but I ain't coasting. I'm pedal to the metal, man. I'm living hardcore right now. Like I said, man, I've never been busier, and I've never been more goal-oriented and driven than I am right now, and it's pedal to the metal all day, every day. It's a matter of 3 hours of sleep or less. Sometimes, you're awake for 24 hours a day just because you're doing that grind. I'm living.
I like that.
Even though I'm in the middle age section of
Still
that
going.
that timeline.
Still going.
Yeah, man.
I love it. I
Pedal
love
down.
it. I love it.
How old are you? Like 30?
You're not getting any
I know,
prizes
I know,
for this,
I'm
right?
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm 45, man. You know that.
love this relationship.
We tight.
I'd say that a lot of the times I feel like I'm at the beginning, but I'm trying to be living, like especially after my heart scare in April. I don't know if I told you this. I woke up feeling chest pains, and I ended up going to the hospital. Ended up being diagnosed with atrial fibrillation, which, other than medical terms, basically means the top part of my heart was beating faster than the bottom part of my heart. And I was laying down in a hospital bed with my resting heart rate at 170 beats per minute.
Like he's running a triathlon.
Like I'm running a triathlon, just laying down. And it took them a lot to get my heart to calm down. So it's changed my life a lot. I'm trying to stop feeling like I'm at the beginning stages of something, that there's something better after, coming up. And I know that there's something better still coming up, but I'm trying to just live right now and be in the moment. I feel like a lot of people don't live. They're waiting for the next thing to happen.
Yes.
A lot of people spend too much time in front of, like you were saying, in front of them screens, watching that TV, and it's as soon as, and this is going to be funny to you too, and you might even know this already about me, dude, is I may make TV, but I don't watch it, because to me, watching TV is nothing but wasting opportunity to create and be living. Damn. You're not living watching TV.
Damn.
What you learning from that? Unless you're out there watching like Discovery Channel, but how many people are really doing that?
You're not. You're not. But what I have learned from you guys is,
come on, man, you need the tissues now.
I think they coming. What I have learned from you guys though is knowledge is is the key to all aspects. You guys have gave me so much knowledge. You guys have gave me so much motivation. You guys have gave me You guys have gave me so much inspiration. The best thing I can do to you guys right now is to say I love you.
I love you too.
I love you guys, man.
And I love you.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, man.
I love you.
And I mean this from the bottom of my
swear
heart.
I do.
The day we graduated you.
Oh,
in that parking lot.
That was an amazing day. That was an amazing.
They gonna see me cry. It's the first time I didn't cry on this damn show.
You pulled up on the hood of your car, bro.
Yes, you did. You know what?
First of all, this was our.
I had to do it my way.
Yes,
I had to do it my way.
This was our first drive-through graduation. Is the first experience
Anytime.
like that
I
I've
had to
ever
make it
had.
an experience, baby.
But for you to roll up to get your diploma like that spoke volumes to your personality and how you were going to lead the charge to the success that that diploma was giving to you. For me, it was very iconic to see you do that. It was iconic of what you represent as a content creator and as a person. You are going to lead the charge. You always have. You were like that since you started the curriculum. You're like that now, and it's never going to stop. And I know Your wife is proud of you. Your
Yes,
kids
she is.
are proud of you.
Yes, yes, they are.
We're proud of you. And
You know, it's funny. Like I said, you would have never known that you didn't have a voice because you came on, you came to your graduation on top of a car, honking. You were loud, man. You were loud.
You got some awards at that ceremony too, did you?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
What'd you get?
You gonna make me cry again, man? Shit, man.
Because you know who chose those awards for you? Us.
But we have that choice, you know.
We
And
do.
we could say, yeah, he deserved it. No, he didn't. But it was a no-brainer.
It was a no-brainer. Yeah.
When we're up looking at all of these different students that have been through it, in the exact same curriculum, there's a lot of talent on that campus. There really is.
A lot of talent.
But at the end of the day, we have to choose that person who's on the top of that stack. And it was a real no-brainer.
Easy choice.
When your name came into that list.
Yep. They almost didn't do it. I don't know if you know that. They almost didn't give away those awards. Tom and I made them because we and not because they didn't want to. I don't want to.
They didn't know. It was because
They
it was a
didn't
new
know.
staff at that
It's
point.
a brand new staff,
Yeah.
brand new.
Yeah.
They had never done a graduation before in their lives. And Tom and I were like, well, what about this? What about this? What about the awards? And they're like, what awards? And we're like, okay, we're making you do this. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
You guys tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. While give me some goddamn tissue, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Give me social medias. Give everybody.
I'm Thomas Moroniak, and if you can't find me, you're not looking right, because my name is Thomas Moroniak, Moroniak, and I'm the only Thomas Moroniak on the planet. So you can find that on Facebook,
That is a
Instagram, YouTube. It doesn't matter, man. If you search my name, you're gonna come across me and only me.
I'm pretty sure.
One of a kind.
Exactly. Same. If you Google me, I will fill up the page.
That's pretty nuts,
Just
isn't it?
every link is my name because
That's just-
there's not many Jacob Haglochs on.
And definitely no one like you, and just
At
sitting
all.
next to you on this is I appreciate working with you, dude, and I have since the beginning, and I look forward to the future, man.
Always. You asked us. We have a couple things on the back burner. We're not sure if we're gonna.
Oh man, you talking about business ventures now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
we have a couple
nah.
business
That's cool. That's good. As
Yeah.
long as you guys keep me in it, so I can do what I can
yes.
support and all else.
That's not an envelope that we're gonna open here, but I'll tell you what, man.
That's
Once that comes to fruition, welcome aboard.
I love it.
Yeah, but I mean,
I love it.
HaglochMedia.com, Hagloch _ media. On pretty much any social media stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys already know where to find me. On IG, you guys can find me at official_ YUNG Gotti. Also on Facebook, Irvin Woods Jr. Please follow me on that. YouTube, my YouTube channel. Please hit the damn subscribe. You got it on me, bro? Hit the damn subscribe button, man. Don't watch the video and then hit the subscribe button. after that. Please do that.
Put it on us. Put it on us.
Put it
Hit
on.
the damn subscribe.
Hit the
button.
goddamn subscribe.
it, like it, share it.
Do it.
Share it.
Do it.
Notification bell, all the bells and whistles. Do it.
Yes, sir. The Young God merch. Also, the Young God merch, please. It is coming very soon. The website will be up very soon. I got it coming, man. I know y'all waiting. It's going to come. I got you. In all sizes. But before I leave and we end this how I always end it. Thank you, God, for another beautiful episode. Thank you, God, for these two brothers, family, fathers. Thank you for them. Thank you for my engineer. Thank you for Emion Studios for having me a home. This is the Gotti's World podcast, man. This is a special one. We out of here. Yeah.
Say the titties out. Newness, here's the anthem. Put your hand up that you shoot with. Count your loot with. Push the pool stick in your new crib. Same hand.